On New Canadians Today, we're talking about businesses and specifically how newcomer women can start their business in Canada and the tips that our guest has for them. We're joined by Cara Benjamin-Pace. She's the Executive Director and co-founder at Newcomer Kitchen and will be talking to us about her tips and insights. Welcome, Cara.
Thank you very much for having me.
So let's get started with your advice for women, newcomer women in Canada. If they're aspiring to start their own businesses, where can they get started with it?
Well, I think the most important thing is gathering information. Information is power. And starting a business in Canada might be different than starting a business in other countries. There's a lot of legislation, there's lots of requirements, and so the more information that you can gather before you start your business allows you to understand the landscape and the different, maybe even skill sets that you need to build and understand before you start your business.
What are some typical challenges that newcomer women face, and how would you advise that they can overcome those?
Well, I think, business often falls into three different areas. There's the production, there's the sales and the marketing, and there's the administration of your business. And so it's very important to understand that you need to build some competencies in each one of those areas. So in terms of production, you need to find a facility that you, in our case with Newcomer Kitchen, you have to find a kitchen. You have to find equipment. You have to register your business. This is very, very important in Canada. You really shouldn't start a business that isn't a legal entity. So it's not that difficult to register a business. And then you have to find a place of business. But you also have to think about who you're selling to. Who's your market? And that can often be a big challenge for women to understand, what is their offer in terms of a product, but who do they want to sell it to? And so doing your research, going out and talking to people, trying different things before you actually launch into anything large scale. And then there's money and funding. So how you access some money to start your business. It doesn't have to be a lot of money, and we don't actually suggest that women go out and borrow a lot of money to start a business. It's sometimes better to start small and to grow than to launch into something too large.
Now, specifically talking about starting a food business, how does Newcomer Kitchen support women who want to start a food business?
Initially through training. However, we're a big believer that the best way to learn is to do. So in our training program, we actually do the different kinds of food businesses that are potentially available for women. So we go to farmers markets, we go into the kitchen, we try all the different products that might be, your favorite family traditional recipe. Everybody loves this recipe. You go in, but you also learn how to scale that recipe, how to cost that recipe, how to package that recipe, because these are all very important as you're thinking about selling your product. And then we go out and we learn how to market, how to talk to customers, and how to understand how you're going to build your business even financially. So we teach all these things in our training program, but at the end of the day, you're also earning as you're learning. And so for Newcomer Kitchen, we're that community hub, not only for the education, not only for access to, various supports that you need, but it's really about creating a community of business women as they move along their entrepreneurship journey.
Lastly, I wanted to ask you about any other piece of advice or a motivational message that you would like to share with our viewers.
I think it's so important that women follow their dreams, that they listen to that inner voice. All you need to do to become successful is to take things one step at a time. It's just about learning and then taking your learnings and applying it. You just have to believe in yourself, but you have to get help. You don't have to do it on your own, and there's a lot of help out there. And that's my message, is that it's achievable, you can be a success, don't do it on your own, find community, find supports, take it one step at a time, know that whatever you need to learn is out there, and that you can do it.
That was wonderful tips and advice. Thank you so much for joining us and for sharing your time today.
Thank you so much for having me.